It was a victorious night for Barisan Nasional in Johor, but a dark one for the other parties, some of which were wiped out or crippled. The cold and quiet ground throughout the campaign had translated into the lowest voter turnout in recent electoral history. Many quarters had predicted a lackluster turnout, but few expected it to be this low. Turnout was only 50% at 4 p.m. Most people had also predicted a comfortable win for Barisan, but few expected such a huge haul of seats for the coalition that had been pushed out of power in 2018. When a fantastic comeback, except that the huge mandate would have tasted sweeter if more Johorians had come along. Menteri Besar designate was mobbed by the media when he arrived to vote in the afternoon, and the women staff at the polling center in Benut were all aflutter over the pleasant-looking politician. Hasni was presiding over a strong government in terms of numbers. But big wins come with great responsibility and expectation, and Hasni's incoming government will also have to be strong in delivering what the people want. Hasni's video message to voters on the eve of voting was simple, down to earth, and quite moving. He urged Johorians to choose the best for our home, Johor, or our house. Hasni arguably the ideal poster boy for Barisan, pledged to bring stability and form a government that will be able to manage the economy and fulfill aspiration. The umno fortress was standing again. At the Barisan Command Center in Johor Bahru, there was a "Is this for real?" mood as one seat after another tumbled to the coalition. The scene outside had turned into a sea of blue-shirted supporters when Hasni arrived with Barisan chairman. But it was a bleak evening for Pakatan Harapan and Perikatan Nasional. The real shocker was when seats seen as BAP stronghold fell. At around 8 p.m., MCA President posted the unofficial result for Yongping on Facebook. His political secretary, known to local as Asun, had won. Shortly after, another DAP held seat, Pekan Nanas, also fell to MCA. Yongping, which has 60% Chinese voter, is seen as a bellwether seat, an indication of which way the Chinese wind was blowing. It is often said that MCA cannot claim a real political comeback until it can beat DAP in a Chinese majority seat, and it is finally happening. All parties will need to go back to the drawing board, said political commentator. He said that even Barisan, despite its triumph, needs to examine how it can move beyond depending on its Malay fixed deposit and regain the hearts and minds of the Malay middle ground. The bigger loser, commentator said, is Perikatan chairman, who failed to deliver in his own home state. Perikatan spent so much on a poster and flag war and put up such a passionate campaign. Billboards hailing Muhyiddin as someone who cares for the people were everywhere. All the alarm bells should be ringing. Muhyiddin's sphere of influence in Johor is in question. He could not pull it off even with a reservoir of past support. But the most disappointed will be Pakatan Harapan, which had fallen from such a great height. They had no effective argument against the stability narrative of Barisan. Instead, voters got the same 1MDB and anti-my leader rhetoric. Basically, DAP has taken Chinese support for granted, pontificating to everyone without stopping to think that the voter really won. DAP's fall will be particularly painful. It has gone from being the darling of the Chinese to being scolded by them. The low turnout in many of the seats contested in DAP is alarming. Turnout in its stronghold of Skudai was only 36%. It suggested that many Chinese did not come out to vote because they did not want to vote for the DAP candidate, but also did not want to give their vote to Barisan. Lots of soul searching for everyone in the aftermath of the Johor election. Alright.